Okay, mga kaibigan, welcome sa another episode ng Miss Equities. You can call me Coach Claire. I'm a licensed broker, an educator, and a development worker. I will be your host sa loob po ng isang oras. Ang Miss Equities ay talk show tungkol sa stock market trading and investing. Many Filipinos are interested in the stock market and in trading, but they do not know how to start. Hindi daw madaling maintindihan kasi dahil masyadong dynamic at terminology ang stock market. At medyo may pagka-elitista ang impression na madami, pang mayaman lang daw, hindi madaling lapitan at intimidating ang datingan. It's confusing, sabi ng iba. At agree tayo dyan. Kaya dedicated ang Miss Equities para sa kanila and we will try to explain stock market investing and trading in simplified terms. Pang beginners talaga to, usap in popular language din tayo or Taglish para mas masarap ang kwentuhan natin. Hopefully, ma-address natin ang concerns ng investing public para makapag-start naman sila sa stock market, trading and investing without worries and without fears. Today, nanggaling ang topic questions natin sa isang inquiring guest from the investing public ng bansang Dominican Republic. Pero siya ay currently based sa New York. Retail investor siya sa New York Stock Exchange. Wow, sosyal. NYSE. At natutuwa siyang matutunan kung paano tayo sa stock exchange din natin dito sa Pilipinas. So friends, let's meet Mr. Jahel Tamayo. Hello, Jahel. Welcome to Miss Equities. How
Hello,
are you?
hello.
Would you like to say something and introduce yourself, Jahel?
Okay. Yes, I am Jahel Tamayo. I am from the Dominican Republic. It's a little island in the Caribbean Sea, the Atlantic Ocean. Yes, I've been working in the stock market, investing in the stock market for a few years. Not a lot, but just enough to learn. Uh, that's what I do for a living right now.
Oh, really? Okay. So, you are in, what time is it now there? You are in
Right
New York
now,
now.
it's 3 a.m.
Three,
Yeah,
sorry, 3 a.m. Our show is 3 to 4 p.m. So sorry. And thank you very much for, for accepting and for guesting here in Miss Equity. So, uh, would you like to probably I have some pictures here of you and I stalked your Facebook and would you mind if I show this to our viewers? This is your flag, right?
yeah, from my country.
Okay, so yes, this is taken where? Is this is in a meeting? So where was this taken?
That was a meeting from church.
Ah, okay. So you are
Yeah,
fixing the
it was
backdrop.
like
How
a
about
con-
this one? Yeah.
that's a university here in the U.S. Yale University.
This Yale. Okay, okay. So, uh, and this one, interesting,
My,
huh?
my girlfriend,
Your girlfriend. What's her name?
Ana Victoria.
Ana Victoria. Está muy bonita. Está bien así.
Yeah,
And this one is
at
from your,
the,
yes.
the Yankee Stadium,
Uh-huh.
and baseball stadium.
This was taken when there was no COVID yet, I
Yes,
suppose.
yes,
Okay.
long
Because
time
there's
ago.
so many people. About this one.
But that's the capital. That's Washington D.C.
Okay, so and this one.
That's New York.
Okay, and this. Oh, we know this. The Stock Exchange of New York.
Yeah, the New York Stock Exchange.
Yeah, this is where you trade. And how about this one?
That's in New York too. Different
Also,
places.
and of course your trading room. This is where you trade. This is where you do all your transactions, right?
Yes, that's my place right now.
Mhm. So who do you trade with, Jahel? Do you have a stockbroker? How many stockbrokers do you have in the US?
Right now, and just one.
What do you trade? What's the name of your broker?
I used to trade just I try to look for kind of very volatile stocks.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Okay. And then you trade. What? Which broker? What broker do you use?
or I use Robinhood.
You use Robinhood. Okay. So let me see. Let's go back to your questions. Okay, mga kaibigan, marami po siyang questions about our market. So, we will probably go sa ano niya, sa questions niya. This is your major question. You're asking about the process, performance, and popularity of stock trading in the Philippines, right? And basically how much fund is needed to start and how much is enough to trade for a living. So, no wonder you are asking how much fund is needed to trade for a living because that's what you do in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Okay. How much do you can, can you really do that? Like how long you been doing it?
Around, let me see, like 3 years from
3 years
now.
already. So your income from trading is enough for you to pay all your expenses, your rent, and you're in a very expensive place, right?
Yes, but not in a very expensive place. But yes, it's enough.
Yeah, yeah. The city is very expensive as it is, right? And then to live there for 3 years and just doing trading, and just enough for you to survive there. You must be making a lot of money in trading.
Not a lot yet.
Not a lot
But,
yet. So
uh,
okay,
that's my goal.
that's your goal. Okay, so but you're the fact that you're already doing that for 3 years, so you are doing very well. So I think here also, let's go back to let's answer your questions one by one. So you said the process, performance, and popularity. I think you're very new in the Philippine market, right? You haven't gone to the Philippines yet or tried the Philippine market yet. No, never.
Uh, can you repeat, sorry?
You have not used the Philippine market to invest, or you did not transact in the Philippine stock market yet.
Oh, sorry.
Not yet. You're just doing it. Doing your trading in New York,
Yes, in New York.
just in New York. No other markets yet so far.
Oh no, no, just in New York.
Just in New York. Okay, I think I have to introduce to you our market first. So our market, the Philippine Stock Exchange, we have this physical building located in BGC. If you know Makati, that's very near Bonifacio Global City. This is the Philippine Stock Exchange physical building. So that is located at the corner of 5th and 28th Street. So this is the lobby. So when you go there, we are located, I think, in 7, and we are occupying also the ninth floor for the offices of the Philippine Stock Exchange. And if you are going to like invest in the stock market, it's also very easy. You just have to go through just probably in the US. You How did you do that? You like registered with Robinhood online. So you did not go to any broker in New York. Here in the Philippines, you can do that. You can also register online, but the online facility are owned by the stock brokerages who are also the member brokers of the Philippine Stock Exchange. So right now we have how many stock? We have 125 brokerage firms. So that's how small we are. So this is basically my advice for anyone who would like to jump in the stock market. So at least you have, well, at least you have the mind of a stockbroker. So you always have to be prepared. You have to be skilled in trading and in price analysis. You have at least have a knowledge of how to read and analyze the market, and you have to be very decisive also, and you have to have a plan of entry and exit strategies before taking trade action, and you have to know your next move. If your plans fail, and what's next, take action again, and then wait for profit or loss, whatever the result will be. So that in general. But my advice is never to jump in the stock market without education, without understanding anything, except for buying and selling. So, what about you? What's your concept in getting into the market? What's your advice?
Okay, I can say that it's the same. Just make a good analysis. Just have a plan. Never go without a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Just know when to go in, when to go out before
Yes.
even buying.
Uh-huh.
Uh, stop losses very short.
Mm-hmm.
Um, try to keep earn winnings the most you can. Like um, also don't follow the other people trading. It's very important.
The rumors. You
Yes,
mean the rumors? Okay. The tips in the stock market. You mean that?
yes, that could be very very dangerous.
Dangerous. Yes. 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 So.
Um, yes, those things, the basic things.
Mhm, mhm. Okay. So right here in the Philippines, we also encounter various like trading applications like Robinhood. So that's why it's also very popular. Trading now is more popular than ever. So there's a lot of millennials. You were asking how popular the stock market trading in the Philippines. So right now it's very popular among millennials. So that's why the retail base has increased, I think, significantly. You can I noticed that when the market is going down, sometimes the retail investors can be able to catch the falling prices. So that's an indication there's a lot of people, the younger generation are trading right now. The retail base has increased, I
Mm.
think, in the Philippines. So with the advent of those applications, so it's very easy for anybody here in the Philippines to trade even the global shares, global stocks. So that's how it is now in the Philippines.
Okay,
So in the Philippines, we have this is the inside of our, okay, this one. This is the trading floor now in the Philippines. So it looks like a working station, and it's very different from the stock exchange or the trading floor that we had years ago. But in the Philippine market, we have six sectors. So we trade financial stocks, industrial stocks, and of course the financial sector, they have the banks and other financial services. Industrial, we have their electricity, energy, power, water, food, beverages, tobacco, construction, and chemicals. Those are the companies listed under industrial sector. The holdings, these are the conglomerates, the big ones. In the property sector, we have the real estate and developers, and the services as well: telecoms, IT, transport, hotel, education, casinos, retail, other services. And then we have the extractions, extractive sector, which is the mining and oil. So there, so we have like although you will not probably remember the listed shares. So we have I have here the list of index companies included in the list of the financial sector. So when they compute the financial sector index, the performance of these companies are included in the computation. So these are the popular banks in the Philippines right now. So BDO, Bank of Philippine Islands or BPI, China Bank, East West, Metro Bank, PNP, RCBC, Security Bank, and Union Bank. So I have also some list of other sectors here that for a beginner who doesn't know how to um, do their stock picking, that can be a good list already. So
Okay.
because they're included in the computation of the index of their respective sectors. So that. What are your other questions? What else do you need to do you want to know about the Philippine market? To help
Oh, I would like to know how was the performance of the Philippine market during the pandemic?
during the
Uh,
pandemic.
yes,
Okay,
and how
just
volatile it is today.
okay, how volatile. Okay, just like the other markets around the world, even when pandemic hit the world, we went down also. But I think I'm going to show this to you. So this is the chart of the Philippine market, the index from 2015 to today. So courtesy of Instagram. Thank you, Instagram. Okay, so if you notice, uh, we started going down in 2018. Okay,
Okay.
from 2018, we never got the chance to climb from that level again. So in 2019, we were almost like trading sideways.
Okay.
And then come 2020, we dropped big time when the lockdown was announced in March 19, 2020. So
Oh,
from where we were at, I think almost 8,000 level in index, we went down half of that in like less than 2 weeks. So we went
okay.
down at the lowest point of 4,000 something. And then we went back up right away the following day. But I think these were because of the short selling, maybe short selling, maybe. So since then, we somehow managed to recover half or more than half of the points that we lost when the lockdown began. So right now the market is, I'll show this to you. This one is the performance for today. We closed at 6.9, almost 7,000. So that's 1,000 plus away from the start when we started diving during the lockdown. During, so during the pandemic, I can say that if you're going to look at this, so I think the entire all of the stock market managed to perform better in during the pandemic, even if there was a pandemic. So we were like, moving slowly, not anymore drastically going up or going down. But I think majority were skeptical about why the stock market is going up and almost very near its pre-pandemic level when the entire world is not open yet. I mean, in terms of economy.
Hmm.
So right now, I think the reason why the market is a bit volatile is because of mixed information on the economy, mixed information on the ongoing pandemic. I think the country is also divided in terms of um, whether whether the economy will be open half, closed half, or whether we're going to open more, some more, and because we're also balancing the case of the COVID uh, numbers here in the Philippines. I don't know. I don't. I think it's the same elsewhere. What do you think?
Okay. Yes, yes. Over here is, it did a big down when the lockdown was, public. So, but it was recovering a lot. It has been moving up and moving up, because of, I think most of speculators, were affecting also the move of the market here in the US. A lot of people started investing, so that made a lot of different false breakouts of the markets. A lot of moving ups, a lot of things that
Yes.
not really logical.
Mm.
But the market in any moment it's gonna go to the point anyway. So it's
Yeah.
gonna
Okay.
follow the equilibrium. But it's
Mm.
been a very good market because it's very volatile. If you have a lot of volatility,
Great.
that you
Great.
can manage, you have a lot of chances, opportunities, and that kind of things.
Yes. It's your friend when you are trading actively.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I agree also. So right now, I can say that we are also doing that in terms of trading. We are trading very short term. We are doing the trend following. So for our viewers, trend following po ay isang technical uh, ginagamit yan sa technical analysis. So, kung gusto niyo matutong technical analysis, kailangan talagang aralin yung technical analysis. So, a lot of traders po are using technical analysis in trading, especially if they're very, very active. So, yun po yung tool ng mga active traders para makapag-trade ng maayos at hindi hindi with a plan, parang ganun. Okay, so uh, so we're done with your question with the volatility, right? So I think also the reason why we can see a lot of mixed information and mixed trading and uh, very very illogical price movement, because I think the big guys are also getting out of the market slowly. so they're very lucky because the Federal Reserve, the government of the U.S.,
Mhm.
which is still considered the biggest economy in the world, is very very careful in whatever decisions that they will do, because I think they from the past crash in 2007, they already learned that the Federal Reserve, the government, can do a lot of help in terms of balancing the what do you call it, the panic among investors that will cause the stock market to really dive and burn a lot of money. So right now, I think the Federal Reserve is doing a very very careful balancing act. Especially right now, you can even see that very careful in increasing the interest rate, right? Because they know it will affect the stock market movement very very significantly. So there, the Philippine market in its natural characteristic, I think the smaller the market, the more volatile it's going to be. So our market is also very small, and I can say in we are also volatile in that sense. But if you are trading the Philippine market, maybe you can departmentalize your stock picking and probably tag them according to their volatility, so you can trade them properly. So you just have to know which stocks are very volatile and which stocks are very conservative, or very stable, and not too not too sensitive in past, whether positive or negative news. But I think right now, in general, the market is sensitive. So the market
Yes.
is sensitive. Yeah. Just like at any other markets, we have a portion of our market that are speculative. So those
Mhm.
are the smaller companies, the third liners. So there. Let me see some of your other questions. Uh, Here, we have access to some American companies. That's what you know. Actually, we don't. We do not have. We only trade. We only trade what's in the market. These are all local.
Okay.
So in the U.S., where you trade, what other stocks or of other countries can you trade?
Um, we have access to a lot of different companies, but usually we don't have access to a lot of Asian companies. Really,
Hmm?
it's very it's very limited. The access to some American Asian companies. But any company who wants to be in the New York stock market, they have very easy access to it. So there are a lot of different companies from around the world.
That you can trade.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So here, but we do have foreign brokers, at least maybe around 15 of our out of the 125 brokerage firms, 15 are foreign, American, Australian, European companies. They have offices here. So there, what else, what else do you want how easy is to regular people to access their market? Not well. In the Philippines, we still have a very small percentage of the population who are in stock trading, probably 2% of the income group here in the Philippines. So it's not too many so a lot of people doesn't. That's why we're doing this, Miss Equities. It's for them so that they would change they would change their perspective about the stock market, that it's not so hard to trade in the Philippine market, that it's they can do it online. They can do it with help of a broker or advisor, so they can do that. But still, the number of people who are in the market are still very few compared to other markets. That's why we only, like, we trade right now. We trade less than, how much, around 9 billion pesos only per day.
Okay.
That's small.
Yeah.
So yeah, what else? Okay, how easy to regular people to access their market? Yes, I already answered that. So, what regular people think about investing in the stock market? That's actually my initial spiel, the introduction of the spiel, the intro of Miss Equities, because that's how the market is known to the rest of the Filipinos, that it's intimidating, that it's only for the rich people, that you need a lot of money to be able to trade. So it's confusing, that it's hard to analyze, it's hard to do the stock picking, that it's very speculative, something like that. That's why maybe that's a challenge for the Philippine Stock Exchange to really invite people to trade, more people to trade in the Philippine market. So there. So I think it's very common for smaller countries, because you cannot just compare the Philippines to the U.S. market. It's very huge. Just the listed companies, we are only trading around more than 300 listed companies, and half of that are not so active. So you're down to like less than 200 stocks to choose from. So that list, So
So very
compared to
cheap.
yeah, compared to like even Singapore has 3,000 plus listed companies, I think. With the US, you have less than 4,000 or 5,000, right? So for us, it's just that little.
Okay.
Okay, so do you have what regular? Do you have extra hours in your market, pre-market and aftermarket? I don't know what you mean by extra hours, but the market, our market, the Philippine market, opens at 9 o'clock, but this is pre-open hours, 9 to 9:30 in the morning. That's pre-open market. Regular market starts at 9:30, and then right now we change the our time schedule, our trading schedule when they announced the lockdown, because the trading were affected as well. So instead of closing around 3 p.m. Daily, we reduced it reduced the trading time to up to 1 p.m. only. So during the pre-closing, that's 12:45. Everything freezes, and then because the computers are looking for the closing price during the time that it's halted at 12:45 to 12:50. So at 12:50, the market reopens, and then it will just have it has 10 minutes. We call it run off time, run off period, the 10 minute period time, and we call it also trading at last, because the transactions you can only make transactions based on closing price. So at 1 o'clock, the market closes.
Okay. Over here is the market is open from 9:30 to 4 p.m. Those are the regular hours. Yes, but it is the pre-market is working from 4 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Um, yes, and we have also the after hours that are from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. But
Oh,
regular hours, the very active hours are just from 9:30 to 4.
it's too
Uh,
long.
yeah,
The pre trading and the after trading. So that means okay, there's a lot of transactions. That means there's a lot of transaction that you have to allot. Winding up transactions after trading. So if you're that's 4 hours, 4 o'clock to 4 p.m.
uh, 4 o'clock to 4 p.m. Yeah,
That's after trading.
yes, to 8. Yes, 4 hours.
Oh wow! So if we are like right now, I think we how much did we trade today? Uh, Let me see again. We traded just 21 billion, but we have a black sale of 15. That means the regular was, my goodness. Okay, the regular was just 7 billion, because there's a black sale of 15 billion. So in the US, how much are you familiar with how much in dollars the transactions they make every day? Just last
The
yesterday probably.
transaction. Um, not really that familiar with it, but
Okay,
I think a few billions, trillions.
trillions in
Yeah,
dollars.
it's
I think when I visited their webpage, I saw volume of transactions.
sorry.
The volume and the value transactions are different. Okay, the volume are the shares. the value
Yeah.
transactions are
You, you,
the
you,
peso or the dollar amount,
usually shares is around 4 billions.
and that's equivalent to
Yes, every day.
4 billion. So that's equivalent to how much dollars?
Like 200 billions.
Oh yes, yes, it's well, the US market is one of the biggest in the world, if not the biggest. So yes, that's why when you trade for a living in the US, you can really do it. In the Philippines, because it's small, you have to have a bigger capital, I think. So you were asking how much is enough for the investors to trade for a living. So really depends also on how much money you need. For example, you want 100,000 per month. Okay, so 100,000 per month is $2,000 per month in the US. Like, that's the equivalent. Can you live with $2,000 in the US in New York?
In New York, you can do it, but it's gonna be pretty hard. You know,
So how much is enough to live there for a month? How much do you have to make to trade for a living?
maybe around 4,000 at least.
Okay, so 4,000 at least. So
Yeah.
200,000. So how much capital do you need to make that amount in a month?
Uh, maybe it depends how much are you making, but if you can if you can make a 5% every
Yes.
month,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna need around 80,000.
80,000 US. So it's
Yeah.
the same here. 80,000 times if that's around 4 million. Yeah, it's the same here because you just multiplied by two my computation. So I'm also looking at the 5,000 because if you're going to increase that percentage, you will be risking a lot of your capital, I think, in your stock picking. So with with 100,000 pesos at I also think you need 2 million. You have to have 2 million to trade for a living.
Okay.
So it's the same with your computation. We're
Yeah.
looking at 1 to 5%.
Yes. It's like the same.
Because there are days that the market will not move. They'll go sideways and they will drop also, like significantly. So if that happens, you need to like double the percentage of winnings that you have to make in a day. So if you're looking at 5% and it went down 5% instead. So the following month you have to look at 10% increase to be able to recoup the losses of your previous month. So it's like that. Yeah, I think but you have to be skilled also in trading if you want to make 100,000 and with 2 million capital and make 100, trade for a living, you have to be very skilled as well. You
Yeah.
cannot just, buy and sell by chance.
No, no. Yeah, but here, professional. If you're a professional, you can make like 15% an average. Every month, around 15.
15%.
Yeah,
Mm,
with a very good
yes,
trade.
yeah, I can do that too, but I'm not going to promise it. I can do that, but I'm not going to promise it. So I can probably like give some assurance for the 1% to 5% per month. But if I can make like 20%, because it's not going to be every month. So
Hmm.
you can make like 20%. It's doable, but other months maybe it will not move, or you are trapped. You're still trapped. You're still waiting. So it's not going to be like 20% every month. but it's doable.
Okay, okay.
So what else? What else do you need to know? What else do you want to know? Where is your list? Okay, so how? Okay, do you have a lot of speculators in your market? Oh yes, we are a small market. So what else will these people do? Speculate. Okay, and it's I don't advise if I'm doing sometimes this speculative trading, I definitely don't advise my clients to do speculative trading. You really have to have that knowledge, that risk appetite, and that a willingness to lose when you are doing this speculative trades. So it's not for the beginners. So I talk to a lot of beginners, and they have experiences like this. They followed the advice of whoever, and then they lost a lot during their initial trading, and they did not come back to the market anymore. So that's my worry. If people will speculative, you know, trade and make that their lifestyle in trading, then I don't know. If they will not make money and lose a lot, they will not come back to the market anymore. And our market, small as it is, will never develop. So that's my worry as a coach, as an educator. That's why I don't really advocate that speculative trading. But they can speculate on the things that's legitimate as a speculative. But pure play, there's just a thin line between the speculative trades, and pure play. So I'm telling them you have to differentiate that. Speculation, that's okay, because the stock market is actual price plus speculation. That's actually it. But it shouldn't be pure play.
Okay.
That. So in
Okay.
the US, it's very active also, right?
Yes, yes. There is a lot of speculators in the market.
Hmm.
But
And
usually,
big,
huh?
very big.
Yeah. But usually, the big moves are made by the big capitals, not a speculative capital. But usually they are made by very computerized, you know, uh,
Uh-huh.
computerized trading.
Mm.
Yes, a lot of big capitals are moved by computer strategies. So usually, if you can find out, how to follow those moves, those big moves, yeah, you can make a lot of money too. Calculating the big capitals, how they are gonna move, because usually they move like the same way. So, but also sometimes you have a lot of speculative moves in the market. So that's why this market is so hard to follow sometimes, because uh, you have a lot of false breakouts. Sometimes something you think is turning off, so but then it just go down deeply. Uh,
Yeah.
you know,
They're trapping everyone.
yes, it's pretty hard sometimes. So you need to be really careful about it.
Yeah. So you have to employ a lot of psychology as well, not
Yes,
just the technical. Because they know they all the those guys, also use technical analysis. So they will go against you.
yeah.
They,
So
they can they can go against you, right?
it's hard to be a trending follow,
Mhm.
because of that. So usually you can use these days it's been a little bit easier because of the inflation. The inflation moves prices up most of the time. but it's not that easy to follow trending follow
Uh-huh.
these days.
Yes, yes, yeah. It's difficult. That's why it's you have to also know how to use your fundamental analysis so that you can at least do your own benchmark, price benchmark, when to buy it, how much is are you willing to buy that particular stock given the valuation, something like that. Okay, yeah, it's difficult because it's beginning to be a game, not an investing anymore. So that part, but they can still in the market. I believe in the market, even if it's like moving speculatively, you can still find uh, some stocks or some companies. In that sense, uh, players they buy stocks, but when you do investing, you have to really buy companies. So if you know what I mean, so you have to really know the companies that you're buying, not just the stocks. So there's a lot of uh, consideration that you have to do. What else? It's about, do we have? Okay. Has the Philippines done big changes? What do you mean by this? Has the Philippine market done big changes around the pandemic? So, what are the improvements? What are the good things that happened to the market because of pandemic? What
Oh,
what
this,
change, changes?
for example, in the U.S. market, uh, like we were talking, it has a lot of more speculative movement here already. Because a lot of people is interested in the market
Mhm.
here. So some volume is moved by just novice people. That is affecting the market. In some ways. So sometimes some stocks could be very, very volatile for a few days, a few weeks, just because of that.
Mhm.
So it's something that is very different. So from time before the pandemic.
Yes, yes. Yeah, a lot of people are very active. At one point, your broker, your Robinhood, were they were investigated, right, by
Yes,
the SEC
yes, yes,
because of some speculative trading.
yes, because they block the
They blocked the
speculative
trade.
trading.
Okay,
Yes,
but now they're already listed in the where not the big board, right, in Nasdaq or in Wall Street.
yes, the in Wall Street, in the Nasdaq, I think so.
Both. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So what else? Okay. Huh. Is the Philippine market prone to false breakouts these days? So we've talked about that already. So are trend following systems useful in the Philippine market? Yes, yes and no. It's almost the same. I think big or small, the movement of investors are the same. Um, it's the same for the Philippine market. So false breakouts. Yes, as you can see, I'm going to go back to the chart. So can you see that our market is towards from the last quarter of 2021? We are already forming. We are again forming
Hmm.
double top, which is dangerous for technical analysts, right?
Yeah.
They don't like that. So it's an impending decline. But also that's why the market is trading very very short term. We are also trading very short term, like 5 days. 1 week, 2 days. So that mentality, because we see that also.
Okay.
Okay, so we're almost done with your questions. So you have a lot of questions. Is swing trading useful in your market? These are all your. There's a lot of questions here that about technical analysis, because you're using that now. Do you focus on any particular types of stock? Do you think you can make money just using technical analysis in the Philippine market? I think just using technical analysis, I think every good trader has to have a good knowledge of both fundamental and technical, because technical you study the price movements and the volume movement, but what makes the what makes the increase and decrease of demand for shares,
Mhm.
I think those are fundamentals. So you
Yeah.
have to have really, so if you are like some majority of the technical analysts or technical traders, they watch the breakout the breakouts, and then it norm right now, you were saying that it's almost always false breakouts. Why? Because I think there's no solid fundamentals that will kick or increase the demand for shares at this point. So that's why technicians consider that false, but fundamentalists, I think they're very conscious of selling when they reach resistance levels, because they know that fundamentals are not changing yet at this point, because half of the world economy is still closed, and we are not over with the pandemic yet.
Yeah.
I think that's the reason. So you have here, is swing trading useful in your market? Yes, that's what you do. Yes, that's what you do when we are trading very short term. But you have to be very contented with a very small margin. So if you already have half a percent, 1%, 2%, that's already good for a day. If you can get in and get out at the same time, at least when you get out, you lessen your risk. You don't have overnight risk. Your money's with you.
Mhm.
So the following day is another day. So right now, I think there's a lot of traders, a lot of investors doing that, because of the uh, uncertainties that's hard to calculate.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else? Do you focus on particular types of stock? Yes, yes, especially now, because when the market suddenly drops, you will not have a heart attack if the company that you bought is like, a good company, at least fundamentally good company. So and I think at this point, even if there are speculative companies, that's very speculative companies, small companies that's being traded crazily in increasing in a very crazy speed. uh, I think I'm very scared of that. I saw what happened in 2007, and it's always like that. The market is always like that. So that's why I'm very, very careful. So I limit my selection into one or two.
Mhm.
Even for my clients, I tell them, do not spread too thin, because you are going to spread yourself too thin as well. So something like that. And then do you think you can make money just okay, we're done with this. I think it's stupid to just use technical analysis. If you're trading, use both. Is the Philippine market an uptrend? We are right now. You saw it. double tap. Okay. And I don't know if it's going to break from that level. So we are for a while now we are trying to break the 7,000 level, but the market is always recedes, always pulled back. So I don't know. I don't know at this time. Right now, I think our indicator can be, or our factors. We can consider these factors a plus. There is an going to be an election in May 9 in the Philippines. It's a presidential election, so it's going to be very big. So there will be a lot of money in the circulation. In my estimate, that's equivalent to around 3% of the entire country's budget for a year. So around 14 billion pesos. That's based last election. So if that's going to be in the circulation, it's good for the stock market. But again, there's a mixed impact because it will affect inflation also. So there. So we have to. It's really very mixed at this point. Okay, then. Do you still have more questions? We're done with all your questions.
I think that's enough. Yes, it's
That's
okay.
enough. So you can the Philippine market accepts foreign investors, so you can probably try sometime opening an account in with any of our brokerage firms. I am accredited with Bill Stocks. You can open with us.
Okay.
Okay. But Jehan, before you go, we actually have like a not a quiz, but it's a game. It's one way. It's one way of Miss Equities program to know our inquiring investor, just like a bit of their personality by asking them all this. I'd rather be questions. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay. So, number one. Okay. Would you rather not be able to taste or not be able to see colors?
Uh, I think to taste.
Okay, you want to use your eyes. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I think I would choose that too. Would you rather know how you die or know when you die?
I think when is more important.
When?
Yeah.
So you can prepare. Oh, how is like it's so morbid. Okay. Would you rather have the ability to change the past or see into the future? Probably ability to see, probably this, to see the past or see the future.
I think to see the future.
Okay, yeah. What will happen to you? And how many children will you have? And will you able to see your grandchildren? That's exciting. Okay, would you rather have an intelligent partner or a good looking partner?
Uh, that's hard. I think.
Intelligent or good looking?
Um. Oh,
That's really hard for you, huh?
I don't know because I have experience with both, so
Oh.
hard, you know. But I
Okay.
think maybe uh, intelligent.
Intelligent.
Yes, at
Yeah.
least I could have a peaceful life.
Yeah, because beautiful women, no? Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be a problem to you. Okay. Would you rather be able to fly or be able to turn invisible?
Mm, I think to fly.
To fly, you want to be a Superman rather than invisible? Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. Okay, so what else? Would you rather go into the past and meet your ancestors, or go into the future and meet your great great grandchildren? It's somehow the same in the first question, but this one is with some situation. Meet your ancestors or meet your great great grandchildren.
I think great great grandchildren.
Yeah, you're consistent, huh? Would you rather have more time or more money?
Uh, I think
I didn't
more time.
understand that.
Oh, this phone want to answer. I think more time. Yeah.
Yep, you want more time to make more money. Okay. Would you rather be able to talk with the animals or speak all foreign languages?
Oh, all foreign languages.
Yeah,
I would.
it's a bit difficult, the language barrier. Okay, so would you rather win the lottery or live twice as long?
I think live twice.
Oh,
We will have
okay.
the
You,
time to.
you love life. Would you rather work more hours per day but fewer days, or work fewer hours per day but more days?
That's hard. Yeah, maybe
More hours per day,
more
fewer
hours
days.
per day. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
so.
So everything's done ready. Okay. Would you rather listen to music from the 80s or music from today? But you're not 80s. Your genre is what? 90s?
I am 31.
Okay. So like your 90s. Ah, no.
Yes, 90s.
90s. So in music of the 90s is also nice, but what do you prefer? Music of the 90s or music of today?
Oh, today?
Of
Uh,
today.
I'd rather the 80s.
You want the 80s. That's I'm from the 80s.
I love the 80s music.
Yes, it's very good. Okay, would you rather become okay? For your birthday, would you rather receive cash or gifts?
Mm, I think cash.
So, what's your birthday, Jahel?
It's December 15th.
December 15. So you're a Burr month person. December 15. Okay, so then we're going to wrap this up. Uh, I'm just going to let the people, to show the people, to our viewers, that the stock market is um, advocating scam free Philippines. And we have these courses. Yes, investor scores for investing public and broker scores for professionals. If they want to be a licensed broker, they can take the broker scores. If you want to just trade, learn how to trade effectively or intelligently, then they can take investor scores. And if they want to ask about that, they can probably communicate with us through Stock Market School Facebook page. They can just write us a message there. If they want to just like listen or read about stock market news and updates, they can probably join PSE Investing Group. It's a group. So, in the Philippines, uh, scam free in here in the Philippines, financial literacy is already a law. So we also support that. We call it Economic and Financial Literacy Act, Republic Act 10922. So that's why we advise people to keep on learning, because if you know better, you can always trade better. So what else do we need to say to our viewers? Uh, that. they can they can just enroll if they want to be a professional trader, or at least because if you know this is skill, it's a life skill also. So you will be you're smarter in your daily life. You'll be more interested in the economy, you'll be more interested in your country, because you will study fundamentals. You'll be more into inflation and GDP, those economic terms, or those economic numbers. You can understand that, and you can also use that in your trading. Okay, so anything that you want to say to help before we go?
Oh, I just want to say thank you for this invitation. It was a really nice time.
Mm.
I will have to go to sleep now.
Yes. What time is it there?
Oh,
It's
it's
5 o'clock. 5 o'clock.
4 a.m.
Or 4 a.m. Okay. So there. Thank you also. You want to like advise them on whatever?
Uh, yes, just if you want to learn to invest, just take it slow. Don't risk too much. That's my advice.
Yeah, yeah. Coming from true experience.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Join us in our financial advocacy by subscribing to this Equities FB and YouTube channel, and click the like and the like and notification also. See you again next Friday for another interesting episode. I think next episode will be stock picking, and what stocks should be in our list, in my list for going forward. So remember, if you know better, you can trade better. So, bye. We're going to end broadcast now.
Bye. Thank you.